machine, go to the command prompt, make sure your Hive is running and there is some data. How will you do that? Just type Hive. Hive shell should start. As I mentioned to you, Hive is deprecated. We are using it just for convenience purpose. In the organizations and all, you should be using Beeline. Hive will allow you to connect only my instance. I cannot connect from here to another virtual machine. And if you look at show tables, you should be seeing the table that we have created yesterday. We created two tables. One was just a sample table, leave about that, but another is my schools. And I explained to you that there are two types of queries that you can write into Hive. One is a simple fetch, which will just give you the data without any MapReduce, my schools. As you can see, there is no MapReduce at all. The quick output is coming in. Another type of query is aggregations, count star, etc. Can you guess how the aggregations will work when you type that particular query? If the data is in 3 nodes, this MySQL data, my school's data is in 3 nodes, node 1, node 2 and node 3. And I am finding out count star. What is count star? Total number of rows. Look, assume that 10 rows are here, 50 rows are here and 100 rows are here. Assume that there are total 160 rows. And since Hive is relying on HDFS, the data is distributed, as you already know. All the nodes will have the data. Now, if I do the count star, totally, it is a complex question. Why? If I take the count star from here, I will get only 10. If I get here 50, if I get here 100, not possible. So, what is happening there? A MapReduce program mapper is going to output, okay, sum as 10 from this machine. From this machine, it is going to be sum, 50, and from this machine, it is going to be sum, 100. Look, key value is created by the map. Then the reducer is going to take the same key, which is sum, and going to add all these things together. So there is a mapper as well as a reducer, 100% needed whenever you do a count star. That's why whenever you write a select count star, a MapReduce is getting executed, because without MapReduce, you can't do it. But when you write select star, it is just a fetch. Of course, it is coming from individual machines, but your name node journal knows that all the data is residing in that, so I can just fetch it directly without a MapReduce. That's why there are two types of queries that you can write. Control L, even in Scala also I will tell you the same thing. Control L is usually the command for clearing the screen in such prompts. And what is this prompt called in a computer language? If suppose you are getting this prompt in many languages, there is a term for that. It is called REPL. Always remember, because in Spark and all, we will always tell start the REPL. What is REPL? Read, evaluate, print, loop. Read, evaluate, print, loop. Okay. What is the most famous and very widely used REPL? Look here. Open the command prompt. This command prompt is a REPL. You can type any command. Read, evaluates it. For example, ls. When I type the command, it reads it, it evaluates it, it prints the output, and again it is asking me what is the next command. It is an example for REPL. Okay. Now, if you go here and if you are starting your Hive, you got your table already available. And what is our aim? Our aim is to create or start the BERT and then connect from BERT. Please remember that BERT supports Hive as well as JDBC like your MongoDB. But don't use Hive. The reason is it might not have been updated. That is number one reason. Second reason is that BERT doesn't know whether you are using Cloudera or whether you are using Hortonworks or MapR or the pure Apache Hadoop or Hive. So, always it is nice to use JDBC drivers of your distribution. What is meant by your distribution? In your company, it may be Hortonworks platform. In another company, if you look at Citibank or Bank of America, it is Cloudera distribution of Hadoop that is being used. So, the JDBC driver of Cloudera may be a little bit different from the JDBC driver of Hortonworks. So, it is always better to use which JDBC is applicable for us. It is this Cloudera's JDBC. You might have seen yesterday the problem if I am not using the correct JDBC jar file. I moved my jar files and I was using it in BERT. It gave an error. The reason is the versions are not matching. Now let us see how you can make sure that the things are absolutely fine. So the first step is I am going to create a directory. mkdir hive jars is a directory, and please look where I am creating it. I am creating it on my home directory. So mkdir hive jars, it is already existing yesterday one, right? So I am going to remove it just for the sake of showing you, and then I am going to create that mkdir hive jars. So I created a directory called hive jars. Go to that directory, hive jars directory, and ls, nothing is there because I just created it. It's empty directory. What's the next step? Listen carefully. You are in Cloudera distribution. So, in the Cloudera distribution, what are the relevant files needed for the JDBC to work? I have to fetch it and bring it into this hive jars. It is same as what? Master lib that we created in the beginning. How did you create master lib? You brought all the jar files from your virtual machine, not that I gave you, correct? So, in the similar way, you have to create that hive jars. So, the way to do it is to make the things easy. Go to foroursun.com, right? /passion, and I have created a file there for you called hivejars-help.txt. Find out where it is. Okay. So hivejars-help.txt is the name of the file, and I will make it big. Okay. So this is the file that is needed. I just created it yesterday for you. Okay. So look at that first command. The first command is finding out where is Hive JDBC, and you are very familiar with that command. Find -iname. I told you, if you remember a Unix command in your life, remember that command. Very, very useful command. So why sudo? Because it has to search in the super user directories as well. Sudo, and then find in the user lib, because I know that all my jar files are in /user/lib. Then find out Hive JDBC jar file. What it will tell you? It will tell me that where is my Hive JDBC jar file. So I will get a hint of where it is. So I'm going to take that particular command, okay? And please remember that I opened this particular file in the virtual machine only, in the virtual machine browser. So go back here, and I am going to type that particular command, and please look. Oh, you are getting many. What is most important is, this is Cloudera distribution that you are working on. Forget about everything. Wherever that word CDH is there, please use that one. That is the version that you should use. So tomorrow, when you are uploading your new virtual machine, at the time this may be CDH 5.18 or 5.20. You have to take that particular file. That's why I gave you that command. Okay. If you are going to a company and if you are working on HDP, this will be user lib hive JDBC HDP some version .jar. Okay. So you have to find out that version. And then what you need to do? I understood that all my jar files, what I require, are in user lib hive lib directory. That is why I typed this command. This command will give me a hint. I know only that, okay, something is existing in this particular directory, but I don't know the exact directory. Now I know the exact directory. And now what I can do, whatever files I need, I can just copy. And how many such files you need? It is kept inside this particular file. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 files are needed. And how I understood these 10 files are needed? 10 files are in the particular directory by the first command, except one file. What is that one file? You look, Hadoop common. It is in Hadoop. So there is a small change there. Hive relies on HDFS. So you need the Hadoop common jar files. That Hadoop common jar files you have to bring from the Hadoop's lib directory. All the remaining you have to bring from the Hive's lib directory. So what I am going to do, I am going to execute it. Since it is a shell script kind of thing, I can copy everything, or you can do one by one. Whatever is convenient to you, you can do. Of course, you will do, all. So I will go here and then clear the screen, and then I am going to right click and then paste and do all these kind of things and do an ls. What happened? Oh, I did not selected it.
You didn't copy it.
I did not copy it, yeah. So right click and then copy and then go here and then paste this particular commands and press enter, and now you can see that everything is copied. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These 10 files are needed. You will ask why 10 files? Whenever you are working on Oracle and all, if you have experience in JDBC programming, you will need only one file. The reason is that one file contains everything packaged together. Here, that one file is depending upon another file. Another file is depending upon another file. Another file by libfb. Please look, FB, Facebook. I told you, Facebook is the one who created Hive. So there are some dependencies there, and all of these are using log4j logging internally, so you need the log4j file. And log4j is having some internal dependencies, and Hive logging is also having some internal dependencies on common logging. That's why you need commons logging. So all are individual. So I created this particular directory. Now Hive jars is ready. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go here and I am going to start my BERT. Okay, and remember our name of the table is my schools. Okay, so come out of the Hive prompt. I don't need the Hive prompt now. And what we are going to do is going to go to my directory. Where did we created the Eclipse? If you remember, it is in CD. I think in MongoDB directory, correct? Yes, and you can see there is a no, it is not at this particular place. You have to find out where is your Eclipse. So if you look inside, the Eclipse is here. Okay, so I'm going to go to Eclipse. Okay. Oh, by the way, the JDK 1.8 is here. So what I need to do? BERT needs JDK 1.8. Entire Cloudera platform is working on JDK 1.7. So for this terminal, I want to change the version of Java. Export Java _ home. Again and again I'm doing it so that you are getting the idea very clearly. Home / Cloudera / MongoDB / JDK 1.8.91 is my Java home. Once I set that, I need to set the path, export path, and I already told you that path is already containing Java 1.7. To take your Java into effect, you write it first. So $Java _ home / bin. If you are having any doubt, type / and click on tab. If it is automatically filling, that means you are correct. Bin : the existing path. The existing path is available here. Don't ever forget this. If you forget this, what will happen? None of your commands will work because the path will get changed. Only Java will work. Okay. So you are not supposed to overwrite that particular path variable. And once that is there, just to do a check. Java minus version. Good. Java C. Good. Everything is working, right? So, once everything is okay, now you can go to your Eclipse directory and you run /Eclipse, which will open the BERT reporting tool, which is based on Eclipse. Right. Once that is there, I am going to select a workspace this time. Workspace 1 was the default one. Workspace 2 we used for MongoDB. I am going to use workspace 3 and then click OK. Once I use the workspace 3, by default, you will see Eclipse is going to use Java Enterprise as the perspective. I am closing the welcome screen and then start window, perspective, open perspective, other, and select report design. Click OK. The perspective or the view is getting now changed. Once it is changed, you are going to create file, new project, select business intelligence reporting, report project, everything as usual in MongoDB, and let's call the demo hive as the demo hive report as the name of the project, and then click finish. You will see the left hand side below the name of the project, and then file, and then report, and select the report name, attach first to the project which is created just now, and here I am going to create a sample report, and then click on next, simple listing, and click finish. The palette should come on the left hand side now. The palette will allow you to drag, drop, and create the things, everything, and you can add images, your company logo, watermarking, all the things will come here. Go to the middle one, which is the data source. Always in BERT, this is the approach. You selected the data source in the earlier classes, you created the MongoDB reporting, but as I told you, even though Hive is there, don't use that because of the version changes. Select JDBC data source. Now there is a problem. Where are your jar files? It is not inside BERT. It is outside. It is in Hive jars directory that we have created. So, when you click next, it is going to ask you what is the data source that you are going to select. But before selecting the driver, you should make sure that the driver is registered to BERT. How will you register it? Look here, manage drivers. Select that manage drivers, which you do not need to do for MongoDB. Why? MongoDB uses MongoDB Client API. It is already part of Eclipse, but this is not part of Eclipse. Then I am going to do add. I am going to go to my Cloudera home screen, home directory, select Hive jars, and select all the 10 files you just created. And click on OK. Okay, it is telling a duplicate add file cannot be. Why? Because yesterday I added the same names with a different version. I am deleting it first. You don't have to do that. But if it is already existing, just delete it away and then freshly create the add and then click on OK. You should not be getting any error. And make sure all the 10 from the help jars are added here. And now click OK. It will take a while. Why? Because all the jars are getting registered into your BERT. So wait for some time. And now see the difference. Automatically the drivers are registered. And what you need to use? The middle one, which is Hive driver. Before I am using it, I have to start the Hive server. Hive server is not started by default for JDBC. For that, open that command prompt, a fresh one, type Hive server 2 start. What is the difference? Hive server is older, Hive server 2 is the latest. There are many improvements. Use always Hive server 2. And then click and wait some time till you get a prompt. So it's starting the Hive server. And you will get a prompt back if everything is okay. So the prompt is here, and minimize this one. Come back here and select your driver, which is the Hive driver. And database URL. What was the database URL for MySQL? JDBC://localhost:3306, which is the port of MySQL. What is the JDBC URL for Oracle? If you have worked in Oracle, it will be JDBC://tin:/Oracle at localhost:/1521. What is 1521? The port where Oracle is running. Every database has got the ports. If you want to know what is a port, just open the browser, sample JDBC program to connect to Hive. Google will give you 1 million results. Just to look at the port, default one. So here, the port is JDBC:/Hive 2, because we started Hive server 2, //localhost. Why localhost? I am connecting to my machine. Now see the beauty. Hive cannot connect to other machines. But this one, if I write here Bipin's IP or Shashi's IP, it will connect to that Hive localhost. Here I am connecting to my virtual machine. The default port for Hive server 2 is 10,000. Write 10,000 there. And what is your database name? Default is your database name. So that is the URL that you should never make a mistake. JDBC:/Hive 2 / continuous localhost 10,000 / default. If you just replace that Hive 2 with MySQL, and if you write localhost :3306 / your database name, assume that your database name is customer DB instead of default, you will now get the connection to MySQL. That is the JDBC driver. Every JDBC driver will start with JDBC : mostly. And now click on Cloudera as the username. No need of a password. Hive is not Kerberized. In your organization, you will have to have Kerberized ID and password. All right. If all these are there, then click on Test Connection. Testing in progress. Please wait for a few seconds. Connection successful. Now you understood why it failed yesterday. Version matters a lot. If it is failed in your organization, either you are not using the correct jar files or somebody has given you wrong jar files. And click OK. And then click Finish. Your data source is created. Once the data source is created, all the remaining steps are same as that of MongoDB. Data set you have to create. Right click, new data set, and select your data source. And after that, create next data set. Click Next, and you see what is happening. Automatically, the default and the demo databases that we created yesterday came in on the left-hand side. And if you click on default, your My Schools came in here. That's the beauty. Now it's successfully connected to Hive and it fetched everything. Now what you are going to do is, inside the My Schools, if you just click here, you will see all the columns that you created yesterday. School ID, school name, school city, school name, and everything. So select, I'm going to write My Schools dot school name, for example. See, automatic it is. Okay, school name, comma, My Schools dot my schools dot, let us say I want the school city as well. From the name of the table is, the database name is default, the name of the table is my schools, it is automatically there. Never put a semicolon. If you put a semicolon, you will get an error, parse error. And click finish. It is now connecting and it is giving you the option to apply any functions, data wrangling that you need. Click OK. And your data set is ready with school city and school name as I have illustrated earlier. Just add it to the middle row, the detail row, the school city, and then the middle row, the school name. If you run a browser, browser will not be available. For that, what you need to do, window, preferences, go to the general and go to the browser, web browser, and click a new web browser. Call the name of the web browser as Firefox and browse. Select your file system and then go to user, USR, not USER, user, local, and in the local you have the Firefox and select the Firefox, this particular icon, and then click OK, and then click OK. You configured a browser for your BERT and then apply, not apply, select that one, okay? Please deselect the default and then apply and click OK. So browser is selected and now I am going to run the report, view the report in a web viewer. So automatically the Firefox browser that you configured should open and now it should query Hive and then run that particular query using JDBC, fetch all the data and you should get the report. If suppose you are looking at localhost 8088 on your virtual machine now, okay, just open any a browser window, localhost 8088, and if you see, you can see there are no MapReduce got executed today. What is the reason? Because it was a select query. I did not apply any complex aggregations. If I could have written the query manually, count star, then you could have seen that query will be coming here as a MapReduce particular program. Right? So that is how the JDBC is configured. The next step is how will we write a Java program, not from BERT, to connect to Hive and then get that particular data. But before that, we have to do this particular thing because if you don't do that, there is no use of this thing. So what I'm going to do is